Episode 4118, Welcome the Unknown as a Doorway.
Moms, it's time to rediscover, rejuvenate, and renew who you are in mind, body, and spirit. Welcome to Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie, the show to help you do just that. Here's your host, certified life coach, personal trainer, and nutritionist, Christiane Wargo.
Happy day. I hope you're having a fabulous week because guess what? It's Friday, Junior. That means it's Inspiration Motivation Day, and I want you to have a smile on your face and joy in your heart because it's time to put away your self-doubts, pack them away, send them on a vacation forever. It's time to welcome the unknown as a doorway. For those of you who are brand new to Create Your Now, welcome to this incredible family. I'm so delighted of your presence. If you already had the opportunity, you want to head on over to createyournow.com where you can learn more and to sign up for the Kisses newsletter. The Keep It Simple strategy, everyday solutions to live, love, and impact. You know, when you're standing on the edge of something new, it can be terrifying. The unknown stretches before you like a vast uncharted ocean, and self-doubt is the anchor that just threatens to keep you stuck on familiar shores. But waiting for certainty is waiting to stay stuck. And a lot of times that's where we are. What our shores look like is not moving. There's no waves. It's just stillness because we're stuck. If you want a life that matters, you have to learn to welcome the unknown as a doorway, not a detour. I mean, history and countless stories show that greatness rarely arrives wrapped in comfort and clarity. Now, you know, we've talked about clarity, thousands of times here on the podcast. And clarity is important. But the thing is we always want to have everything defined, and we want this specific place because our brains are wired to say, I like comfort, I want peace, and I'll find that when I know how things are going to end up. What's the results? And the results come from being able to clarify the situation that you're in. But the problem is if we always wait for comfort and clarity, do you think anything's going to happen? No. Instead, right, it strives in wearing uncertainty like armor and possibility like a weapon. I mean, do you really want to have uncertainty as like, this is it, I'm wearing it, as if it's a coat of arms? And then you're looking at your possibilities on the other side and you're like, nope, not touching that because it's a weapon. No, it's not. Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. My friend, God's got you. Even when the path looks blurry or the outcome is invisible, He's got you. And those unknowns, they're not roadblocks either. They're just a space where your faith and courage meet. It's the gap. And a lot of times we're trying to fill the gap with stuff. Because we think if we have comfort and clarity, it's going to fill the gap for us. And it's going to be like, ooh, I feel good. You may not ever feel good. But you may be making the best decision of your life because you didn't feel good. Sometimes being a little uneasy is positive, right? Welcome the unknown as a doorway. Give yourself that gap to say, you know what? Gives me plenty of room to open up the door. Crack it, open a little wider, and maybe. I mean, imagine if the greatest moments in life only happened when everything was guaranteed. Everything. So you're never going to fall in love, right? You'll never start a business or switch careers. You're not ever going to step onto a new stage. You won't do it. You never grow because you're not being stretched. But here are a few things I want to remind you of why stepping into the unknown is your best move. And I know this because I'm facing this right now. I can't give you a lot of details, but they will come here in the next couple weeks. And when you look at the unknown, you got to understand that that's where growth lives. And with growth, it's messy, it's unpredictable, and it's really uncomfortable. But without it, You're exactly where you were yesterday. I mean, think about that. If I don't do anything different from what I did yesterday, is anything going to change? Nope. I mean, maybe I'll be in a different place, eating a different meal, but I'm still breathing. But if I really want to have impact the way God created you and me to be, we've got to be willing to stand up. We've got to understand that, you know what? Sometimes it's just going to be messy, and that's okay. And what if not everything falls into place, but it's supposed to happen that way? Because you see, without it, you're going to stay there, right? And if growth scares you, I want you to remember this. The moment you refuse to move is the moment you stay small. You're made for more. You're not sitting here going, I am so less than, and I love being that. No. You're created on purpose, for a purpose, to rise up, to say, you know what? Yeah, God made me this way. Now, that doesn't mean you get to be a bully. That doesn't mean you get to be a jerk, right? I mean, we're talking about this within reason. Your ego doesn't get to be all blown out of proportion. No, this is about saying in my mind, body, spirit that yes, the unknown is where growth lives, and I'm willing to go there. And when you're willing to go there, guess what? Guess what you'll find? You'll find a safety net. Why? Because of your faith. Faith is your ultimate safety net. Now, I get it. Doubts gnaw at every human, okay? You know those puppy dogs that are so cute when they're little? Oh my goodness. I cannot get enough puppy loves. I mean, I don't care what it is. And that's why, honestly, I have a hard time, for real, going and volunteering at a shelter because they probably all would come home with me. They just would. But you know, especially as puppies, right? They come and they just kind of like nip at your feet. They're not trying to hurt you. They want to play. They're curious. They want to know what's happening. Well, guess what? That's what doubts do to us, right? They just keep gnawing at us. They're like, hello, pay attention to me. What about over here? Oh, if I make you look here. Oh, yes, yes, yes. But faith. Yeah. And it's a big but. This rooted, unshakable trust. It carries you when doubt screams the loudest, when it bites even harder than just a little nip at your feet. It's not about having all the answers, my friend. It's about having a guide who walks with you, even when the road turns. And let me tell you, there's going to be a lot of twists and turns in life. So trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. You will not have all the answers, but thank the Lord he does. So trust in him. Be willing to take that next step. You may not know where that foot lands, but be willing. Proverbs 3, verses 5 and 6, right? And then I know with all of the doubt comes what? A little bit of fear, right? But you see, opportunity lives beyond fear. And yes, fear is a natural response, but it's a liar's game. It puffs up what's at risk and shrinks what's possible. When you dare to act despite fear, you take the power away from it. You silence it. And suddenly, the unknown becomes your ally, not your enemy. Where are you with your fear? Where does that leave you with the unknown? And you've got to remember too, you're not alone in this journey. I get it at times. You're going to feel that way because that's what life is, right? I can remember so many times driving, dropping the kids off somewhere or whatever, and I would just take an extra 5 minutes to calm myself down, whatever. Like I would drop them off at an activity. I didn't have to be there, practicing dance, or they're going to, gymnastics, whatever it is. They had their activities, tennis, whatever. And I would just go for like an extra 5 minutes just to sit there and be like, I feel so empty right now. Like, I don't know that I can do this. And when we don't know the end result, we don't know what's on the other side, it's a struggle. It's a real struggle. And that's why we have to be reminded that God's presence is constant. So you're not alone in this journey. And when you fall, guess what? He lifts you up. When you don't know the next step, he lights the way. And when you feel overwhelmed, he offers peace. In Isaiah 41, verse 10, it says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. At some point, we have to be willing to say, you know what? I'm done trying to make believe and create something that I don't have control over. But what I do have control over is I can be willing to walk through the door. Welcome the unknown as a doorway. Stop letting the fear of the unknown fence you in. Start seeing it as a launching pad. Don't wait for perfect clarity, right? Because most likely it's not going to come, at least not the way we think it should. Even though everybody says, oh, you should have this and you should know. There's some things, yes, the nitty gritty parts, maybe, right? You know, you turn on the box of how to cook noodles and it says, oh, use 4 cups and salt the water accordingly. Bring to a rapid boil. Add this in 7 to 9 minutes. Now you have your noodles. Make sure they're al dente. You're like, al dente? What is al dente? What does it mean? Right? And you're trying to figure that out. But you're like, oh, wait, they're tender enough. Okay, I'll take it. You see, we don't always have those exact instructions, but we have enough to work with. And that's all we need because God's got the rest. So don't wait for the perfect clarity or the right moment or the perfect recipe. The moment is now. Create your now. Take the leap, believing that no matter what happens, you are held. You're not walking into the dark, my friend. You're stepping into possibility. With God as your steady light, with Him holding your hand, and yes, even your heart. Your future isn't shrouded in mystery. It's wrapped in promise. So rise up, step forward, because guess what? You're on a journey. One step at a time leads to miles of greatness. And on your journey, don't forget that God's got you. Go in peace, be present, be incredible, be you. I love you so very much. I cannot wait to see you on the other side. Blessings, hugs, and lots of love. We'll talk to you real soon. Have a glorious, blessed day. Bye-bye.
Feeling inspired, ready to train for life and love your journey? Visit createyournow.com for more incredible resources to help you along the way. We'll see you next time on Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie. And remember, always be sure you consult your physician before beginning any health and fitness plan.